guys, today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about stock dilution. It seems like a lot of people out there like to naturally assume that all stock dilution is bad. I commonly hear the stories about how I don't want to get diluted. Now, if you don't know what stock dilution is, it's when the company issues more shares of the company stock in exchange for more cash on their balance sheet. You as a shareholder, in terms of percentages, own less percentage share of the company because there's simply more shares out there where your shares remain the same. People hate it because they feel like they own less of this company. And it's true, when a company dilutes and gets a bunch of cash, they can easily squander it on working cash needs, do a bad acquisition, and suddenly you're back to where you started, except now you suddenly own a smaller percentage of the company. If you think about what really happens in a dilution, the company issues more shares. In exchange, the company actually gets more cash on their balance sheet. So a company with more cash on its balance sheet is actually now more valuable. So although you might own a smaller percentage, you now own a smaller percentage of a company that's actually more valuable because of the cash on hand. And sometimes a company has reached a peak or ceiling on how fast it can grow or where it can grow. So it needs this new money to actually help with new projects or new acquisitions. All items that can make this company much more valuable in the future. So your smaller share of this company after the dilution could actually be worth more in value if the company continues to grow in size. And I mean, in the contrary to doing stock dilutions, companies sometimes do buybacks and people and shareholders get very excited. But think about all the airlines that did buybacks for various amounts of years. And when it came to the early stages of the pandemic, they had no cash on hand and had to actually go out and ask for a bailout, or else they would have all gone bankrupt. When it comes to dilution and getting cash on the balance sheet, it's really important to see what the company needs the cash for. One example I can point to is Tesla, where Elon Musk has admitted in hindsight that they were less than a month away from going bankrupt. And without that equity raising, there would not be a Tesla today. And a lot of times when a company has a dilution, they are using this cash to go out there and make acquisitions. And I often hear people complain about how this growth is not organic. But in my opinion, I really don't care how this company grows. If their acquisitions are good use of money and can bring synergies and cost savings, these are all net positives for the company in the future. So let's take a look at a company like DraftKings that spent more than $300 million in Q3 for sales and marketing, instead of going out there and making good acquisitions. This marketing spend helped the company to grow 60% in terms of sales year over year, which you would consider organic growth. But in reality, their revenue figures of $213 million in Q3 were less than the total number of marketing and sales that they spent. So the company did not use their money wisely with their equity raises. One way you can get comfortable with when a company dilutes is really to go back and understand the management team and kind of the history of how they used cash in the past, because that will signal whether the additional cash they're bringing in will be of good use, whether it's marketing spend or whether it's for acquisitions. The most important thing with the dilution is how they spend the cash and whether it's well spent. So hope you guys found this interesting. I'll see you guys in the next video.